Music is something that is near and dear to us all. A lot of you guys, in fact I would say 100% of you guys would not be subscribed to me if it wasn't for music, and we would not be talking about music if there were no music. We have to understand that we are in a depression period, so naturally sales or even consumption of music should be, well, lower, and it is. But the number of bands, the number of artists out there are pretty much at an all-time high. In fact, there seems to be new bands being formed daily. So why is this business still in this recessionary period? Well, actually, the better question is, what's killing the music business? And I actually have 5 good theories. So this is 5 things that are killing the music business. It's an opinion by coverkillernation. You may add on in the comments, you may disagree with me in the comments, but these are 5 that I think are damn good cases. Number 5, exclusives and pricing. Now, the price of music hasn't exactly fluctuated very much throughout the years, so this is something that almost seems as a moot point. However, in a recessionary period, it would be keen to maybe lower the price a little bit, which is something that has been attempted at a $9.99 price point for a lot of albums, and that's something that is a step in the correct direction. However, at the same time, it's not exactly bolstering things all that much. Pricing, for the most part, is not a huge problem, mainly because people will buy it because they want it, not necessarily because, because of a price alone. And that's been proven many times in my store by the number of very cheap albums that are available through either special offers or just because they've been there forever and we're trying to get rid of it, and people will just still not buy it because they can tell crap whenever they see it. However, exclusives, is a little bit different of an animal. Making it an exclusive to a specific store really alienates customers that maybe don't shop there. Either that or they have their loyalties elsewhere. I could hazard to say that most people would rather get their music from a music store, someplace where the experts are there, as opposed to a big chain store like Walmart or Target, where basically you just wallow through all of what they have in search of what you have, or in search of what you want, should I say. And if they don't have it, well, you still leave with that same feeling of disappointment as you would at a music store, only nobody's helping you. So, number 5 is in the books. Number 4 is auto-tune. Now, this is one that many people probably thought would be like number 1 for me, because auto-tune is just a disease that the music business has been abusing now for the better part of the last decade. Auto-tune is where you're able to sing in your normal voice and then have it be transformed or morphed, that way it becomes pitch perfect. And this is something that is used a lot in music today in order to add a bit of a more perfect charm to it, take away all the little imperfections that they may feel cause an album to be weak. Now, this does also cause the idea that everybody or anybody could be a star. However, the problem with this is that those that don't have talent are getting these deals for their look or for their marketability. Auto-tune is being used to dress up their work, and the people that don't have talent are actually becoming more popular and more beloved than those who do. This is a problem because I feel like the generation that is emerging today may go into the future not knowing what real music is and not explore it thusly. Number 3 is downloading. Now, this is something that we are all guilty of doing, myself included. However, the thing is that downloading should be a real try before you buy type philosophy. This is something where if you haven't heard of a band before, you can go get a sample, you can download a song, listen to it, and if you like it, the idea is that you try and then you buy. However, this is something that is just too much of a temptation to just take and not buy because you already have. It's one of those imperfect ideas that sounds really, really good whenever it's made, but once it's put into practice is, well, kind of not. Downloading is taking away from sales because people think to themselves that, well, nothing in this world is free, huh? Well, this album was free, and it will always be free because I'm not buying it. It's the wrong way of looking at it. If you really enjoy something, you should go out of your way in order to pick it up. Now, if it's something that's unavailable, well, maybe we can let it slide, but it's still kind of rough. Every single sale that you're given to your local music store or movie store, whether it be a chain such as an FYE or a little mom and pop industry, well, each one of those sales really does count. Mainly because it keeps these places in business. That way we avoid the situation where the only place where you can get the music that you want isn't just at a chain store or directly through a label. Not that I'm frowning upon getting it directly from the label, but the convenience sometimes is a benefit. The number 2 reason, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, of course, is the man that took the idea of the MP3 player, which was started a little bit before him, and took it to the next level with the iPod, iPhone, and iTunes. This transformed music into the digital age. Not to mention with the iTunes store, now instead of going to a local record shop and buying records, you can simply buy the entire album in a digital format on the iTunes store. Now while this might be a little bit less expensive, you're kind of losing all of the things that really make music great. You're losing the booklet, you're losing the artwork, the lyric sheet, you're losing the packaging, you're losing that physical feeling of having and owning something. Instead, it's just something that's on your computer. You can say that you have it, but you just don't have that same feeling. The collection, and this also is destroying the collection ideology of this as well. Imagine it. I have about, over 1,000, probably borderlining on 1,500 CDs, and I'm very proud of the collection. However, all the stuff that I've downloaded and something like that, or if I downloaded a whole bunch on iTunes, I wouldn't have that same feeling of pride. Not to mention, this also couples in with number 3. The whole try before you buy philosophy. Now this does kind of eliminate that by requiring a purchase in order for this to occur, but still at the same time, what the hell? There's a lot of people that are buying individual songs and not the entire artist's body of work. While as an artist I would be very happy to count the spare change that I'm getting for every download, I'm wondering why these people aren't checking out my other songs as well. I mean, let's face it, I'm not just a one-trick pony here. Number 1, and probably the most important reason why the music business is failing, are the record companies themselves. Yeah, it's pretty bad whenever you have to go online in order to boost your sales and become number 1. Sure, you're offering it at a lower price point, however, you're not helping the business. In fact, if anything, you're alienating the core supply of your business. By eliminating the middleman slowly but surely, by shipping fewer items, either that or making it an online or a digital exclusive format, you're not helping the guys that help make you rich. Sure, it is the artists that are producing the music and are performing the music, however, it is the stores that you supply music to that are actually bringing in the big bucks. I mean, let's consider this model. For a $20 CD, it's lucky that the artist sees maybe about $1 of that. Where do you think the other $19 goes? It's not all profit to the store. Absolutely not. Record companies are sucking a lot of that dry themselves. So why would you offer it in a format that is not going to make you as much? I don't understand. It makes no sense to me. Also, your decision making is something that's also a major question as well. There's such a thing as freedom of speech, and whenever something's given a bad review, it's not going to affect the marketing whatsoever. People are still going to try this stuff, either that or they're going to download it. If you guys are really against downloading all that much, if you guys are really having so much of your business taken away by that, well, I would eliminate legal downloading altogether with the whole $1.99 on Amazon price point, just to cite Lady Gaga as an example. Why? Because it's tempting all those other people out there that are thinking, you know, I could get this for $2 on Amazon, or I could just download it for free. So there you go, guys. 5 reasons why the music business is dying. And well, there's only one thing you can really do to save it, and you know exactly what that is, so I don't have to repeat it. This is Cover Killer Nation saying, save our music industry, because we need it.